Hi guys. So first off, I just want to start by saying Happy New Year, and I also want to start off by saying that in this new year, you have to just realize that some people they're gonna forget about you, and that's totally fine. People are just there to take advantage of other people and use them for their own benefit. They don't really see any meaning in having a friendship or keeping a connection. People are gonna ignore you. They're not gonna pay attention to you. They're just gonna do shit to piss you off intentionally. And that shouldn't bother you because you should be content with being by yourself. You should be fine with being alone. I think in the past, couple of weeks, I had to realize that there's just some people who aren't for you and some people who are just there to vent out their own problems and feel better about themselves. They simply want you there to feel better about themselves. They want you to pick them up. They want you to cheer them on. They want you to give that encouragement. They want you to give out that encouragement to feel better about themselves because personal stuff that they're going through, working through, and sometimes they put that towards the people who are trying to uplift them and encourage them. And honestly, you should not put yourself at blame for that. That is not your fault at all. And what I have to say is screw those people because they won't matter at the end of the day. You're at school, you're at work to better yourself, you're there for a purpose. To get paid, to learn skills, to network. You're there for a specific reason. And at the end of the day, yeah, it is good to make connections. It is good to get to know new people. It is good to network. It's good to share things with people, but at the same time, keep it professional. Make sure that you don't give up too much about yourself. You don't tell too much about yourself. You don't put yourself in a vulnerable position like that because that vulnerability could lead to somebody taking advantage of you or manipulating you. So you need to be really careful in that sense. People can use things against you in the workplace or at school, say stuff about you that is not true. People can have their own thoughts about you, have their own personal opinion about you, think that, oh yeah, because she didn't do this, she's this and that. When you know yourself, and that's not true. Maybe you just didn't feel like doing something in the moment, but at the same time, you know yourself. So it shouldn't matter what other people think, what other people do, what other people say, because you should just be so self-aware and so confident that other people's actions and other people's words don't affect you and who you are and what you stand for, your values, your personal values, your core beliefs. They should not break because of what somebody thinks or what somebody says or what somebody does. At the end of the day, you are your own person. So your personality and your opinions matter in terms of who you are, in terms of yourself and what you think and what you believe. You should always have those core personal values, things that you believe and things that you think are true about yourself, because people are just there to gossip, people are there to keep you off track, keep you distracted, and honestly, I personally think that it shouldn't matter in that sense. You should just focus on yourself. That's what I'm doing in this new year. I just decided that, I just want to focus on myself. I have about 5 months left in my program and I'm done. And basically, this first term was kind of a mess. In a sense where, just the connections and people I knew weren't, you could tell that they weren't there for me. They're there for their own personal gain. I kind of just noticed that and kind of just put that to the side. And now I keep it to myself. You should be so unbothered by people like that because at the end of the day, they don't matter. You matter. Yourself matters. You can have a close circle or close knit of acquaintances, individuals, but not everybody's your friend. There's a difference between having friends, having coworkers, having acquaintances, having a network, having followers. There's a whole bunch of different terms for people who are in your life. You have family, you have friends, you have close friends, you have acquaintances, you have coworkers, you have classmates, but not every single person should be labeled as your friend, even if you're describing them to somebody. This person I know, this acquaintance of mine, my coworker, but it should never be my friend unless you actually have built that connection. And I also feel like in terms of this topic, people are always, especially in terms of like work and school, people take advantage of that proximity. Meaning, you're not close and you're not talking to certain people because you actually have a connection. You're just talking because you see each other every day. You see each other, you're in the same spot, you're in the same class for the next however long. It's all because you're in proximity of this person. These people are only close to you because they're close to you, because they're in your circle as of right now, as in the present moment. These people are not going to be there in the long run. These people aren't important in the long run. These people aren't going to matter, maybe in terms of building your network in a sense, but they're not going to matter in a year or two from now. You know, these are people who are just meant to build up your knowledge, for example. These are people who are just there to like build up your network. If we're in a group and we connect with like one or two other people within that group, we're gonna talk to those people, those one or two people in the group more than the entire group itself. You get what I mean? It's good to have friends, but also be wary of who your friends are, be wary of who you call friend. Just be very selfish in terms of personal space, because people will, you know, take advantage of who you are as a person and who you want to become and the advice that you give. Don't do things for free if you're really good at it. And I stand on that because time and time again, like in the past, I have been not taken advantage of, but people would pretty much take advantage of the fact that they know me and the fact that they know my skills and what I can do, and be like, hey, so-and-so, and like we're in the same circle, so can you do this for me? As soon as I bring up pricing, or if I bring up, I can do this for this amount of dollars, they end up going ghost, they end up saying, oh, it's okay, never mind. Some people are cheap. Some people want you to do things for free because they think that you don't know your value, you don't know your worth. People don't see value in things that are free. Like, for example, like, oh, shoot. I almost dropped my lunch. I have lunch here from Tractor. I'm not that hungry right now, so I'll just keep it in this. For example, are you going to value Costco samples? Let's think about it. Costco gives you a sample. Costco is known for samples. Are you gonna take that sample and be like, I actually want to pay for this? Maybe sometimes if you're gonna like buy the product, but you don't really value samples that much. It's a free sample. So you're not gonna value it. If you put yourself at a high standard, some people will be like, yeah, that's too much for me. That's how you filter out people. To break it all down, basically be wary of who you call friend. Be wary of people who try to take advantage of the things that you give out, whether it's advice, whether it's skill set, whether it's whatever it is. Like, be wary of people who are trying to get things for free. Never give out your products or your services for free. I think that's pretty much it. Just make sure that you keep to yourself. So yeah, that's my little TED Talk. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I guess I will see you soon. Maybe.